recap a big and busy Wednesday night in college hoops featuring 9 ranked games in action. And we got to begin things with the top 25 matchup in the SEC. Arkansas visiting Alabama. The Tide, they've won 4 straight in conference play, and a freshman worked hard to make sure that streak continued, fellas. What you see, Wally?
Oh, I saw the best game of the night and one of the best games of the year. Here we go, down 3. Darius Acuff hits the triple in regulation to tie it at 95. Labaron Philon, chance to win the game. He misses, so we're going to overtime. And in overtime, we couldn't get it settled in 1, so we go to double overtime, and that's when Houston Millette hits a massive 3 from the corner. Nice ball movement. Alabama knocking down triples all over the place, so it's a 2-point game. Last chance for Acuff. Misses the shot. Ewing has a putback dunk, and he bricks it.
Close.
So close. Alabama's won 5 in a row. 49 points for Darius Acuff in a loss. What a game, though. Just phenomenal high-level basketball.
Yeah, Labaron Philon adding on 35 points. That was a career high from him. But, Roy, did Alabama just prove they're a top 4 team in the SEC? What did you make of this win?
I thought that they played really too comfortable. They were up and down. They were getting the shots that they wanted. But I was a little disappointed in Arkansas's Trevin Brazile. I've been saying for a long time that this team will go as far as he goes. He had 11 points, 8 rebounds, 3 blocks. I love the 3 blocks. They're in double overtime. So I felt like he is one of the veteran players. So 11 points in double overtime when he's been having 18, 19, 16 points per game. He took some possessions off. I think he could be an X factor on both ends of the court. He gets a lot of steals, gets out in transition. He needs to regroup, re-energize, and get locked back in.
Nice win for Alabama. The story was Darius Acuff Jr. 16 of 27 from the field, 49 points. It's an Arkansas freshman record, and this shocked me. I wouldn't have guessed this. The most points any freshman in Division I men's basketball has scored since Kenny Anderson scored 50 for Georgia Tech against Loyola Marymount in December 1990. Wow. Think of all the great freshmen who have played basketball since then, and nobody had ever done what Darius Acuff did tonight. Obviously, John Calipari has coached some great one-and-done guards. Derrick Rose, John Wall. Put this young man on the list.
A very impressive performance. But elsewhere, Dan Hurley and the Huskies looking to sweep the Blue Jays for the first time since rejoining the Big East. But a second-half surge would have to put that sweep on a little bit of a hold. Right, Roy?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Look at Emeka right there, big fella. We're going to talk about you a little bit later. But Alex Karaban, he's going to throw it to the way only Terrace Reed can get it. Nice high-low action right there for the slam. Game's tied 63. Josh Dix, he finds a little bit of airspace. He knocks down that 3 right there. The Blue Jays are up by 3. Blake Harper is going to get this ball in the corner. Ooh, that left hand looking good. UConn most points allowed at home in conference play since 2003.
Yeah, a brutal takedown for the Huskies. Creighton, meanwhile, their second ever road win against a top 5 team. But GP, how are you viewing UConn after this loss?
Not the way I did before this loss.
Well, certainly.
They had been taking some close calls against inferior opponents in recent weeks that were signs of trouble, but I just kept respecting the wins and moving them up in the top 25 and 1. But this is a quadrant 3 loss when they were a double-digit favorite. It doesn't necessarily completely knock them out of 1-seed contention, but it hurts.
Yeah, absolutely.
They have not been playing good basketball, and they're caught up to them. Giving up 91 points at home. Creighton is a team that Coach McDermott's squad can always shoot. They can always score. They were 10 for 21 from the 3-point line. But this is a wake-up call for UConn. You know, they escaped 2 games against Georgetown, only beat them by 4 earlier on this week. Danny Hurley has some work to do to get this team where everyone has their expectations of UConn to be. This team is not looking like a top 10 team right now with the way they're playing.
The way UConn's been coming out of the gates early, it's been flat. You know, I'm not sure if, you know, they've had so much victories and they've been winning so much at the past couple of years that it may be hard to, like, get going against a team that doesn't have a number next to it. But obviously, Alex Karaban, I'm going to go at him a little bit right here. He is a veteran player, had most points in UConn history that was set up last year, but he only had 6 shot attempts today. He had 2 points. He needs to push it a little bit more, and I don't generally like it when players hunt for shots, but he is somebody that should hunt for his own shot.
Maybe this loss being a little bit telling when we're looking at some of those close wins they did escape with in this season. But despite the loss, I mean, we still have an Old Trapper Beef Jerky Player of the Day from UConn. Hey, there he goes. It's our CBS Sports colleague, Emeka Okafor, whose jersey was retired at halftime of the Creighton UConn game. Just the third men's Husky to have his jersey retired, joining Ray Allen and Richard Hamilton. Great moment for our guy, fellas.
Yeah, we got to sit here with Emeka last night in studio and talk about this a little bit. And the thing I wanted to emphasize with him, and he's smart enough to know it, man, this is a forever thing for you. Your wife, your children, your future grandchildren are going to be able to come in that building forever and see your name and number up there. That is amazing.
Yeah. With Hall of Famers.
Yes.
Like, those are some big-time names that are up in the rafters at UConn. It is not easy to get endowed that type of accomplishment. Congrats to Emeka, and what a big, beautiful, bright smile, and he deserves every minute.
I'm very happy for him. When I was in high school, I attended the Nike All-American camp, and he was a college player that was assigned to my team. And I said to myself, this dude is built like a unit. And if he's built like that, I better hit the weight room, because I'm not going to have any success in college. But his career was great. Happy to him. He's one of the better big men in UConn history, so kudos to him.
A big congratulations to our colleague. But let's stay in the Big East, shall we? Because the Johnnies, well, they have an opportunity for a sweep of their own, looking to take another win against Marquette this season. We'll take you to the highlight right there on this one.
And Kiana, it's not just an opportunity to get a season sweep over Marquette. Now with that UConn loss, they got a Big East title in their sights. Out in transition, Ian Jackson finished it himself. We're tied at 56 there. This is Bryce Hopkins. And one, he made the free throw, so St. John's up 64-59 in preseason. Big East Player of the Year, Zuby Ejiofor. He had 10.6 rebounds. St. John's wins at 76-70. That is 12 in a row.
Meanwhile, the second longest win streak in Big East play in school history. Coming back to you, GP, we talked about what this means with that UConn loss. What's your thoughts here?
Well, how about St. John's? Once upon a time, described by many people, including myself, as the most disappointing team in the entire country. Now they're alone atop the Big East standings and projected to get a conference championship. They have turned things around. I'll be honest, I wish I would have never bailed on them. I gave up too soon.
They are tough to match up with the way that front court's playing. Zuby Ejiofor with his mobility is amazing, and Bryce Hopkins, perfect compliment to him. Now that they're getting some point guard play from Dylan Darling, watch out for the Johnnies. They're back.